My ex, Henry, is the king of ego. After he dumped me for Sofia, he actually told people I was too mid to find a date to the Valentine's formal. He even bet his friends $50 that I'd show up alone. I wasn't going to let him win that bet. I called the one person I knew would never judge me. My best friend, James. James is usually buried in a comic book and wearing a thrifted sweater, but I told him I needed a favor. Just one night of acting like you're obsessed with me, and I'll buy you that limited edition collector's set. When James showed up at my door, my brain actually he had ditched the glasses and was wearing a tailored black tuxedo. He looked like he belonged on a red carpet, not in my messy living room. He held out a corsage and said, "Ready to break some hearts, Olivia?" Walking into that ballroom felt like a movie. Henry's jaw literally hit the floor, and Sofia's perfect night was ruined the second we stole the spotlight. James was a pro. He kept his hand on the small of my back and whispered inside jokes that made me laugh for real. The DJ started playing a slow song, and James pulled me into the center of the floor. My heart was racing. "You're a really good actor, James," I breathed. He pulled me closer, his eyes darkening. "Olivia, I stopped acting the second I saw you in that dress." The room went silent as Sofia stepped onto the stage and grabbed the DJ's mic. Comment betrayed for part 2. The music cut out with a screech, and Sofia's voice boomed through the speakers. "Attention, everyone. Before we crown the king and queen, I think you should know that Olivia and her mystery date are a total scam." She pointed the mic at us, a cruel smirk on her face. Henry, my ex, was laughing in the front row. Sofia held up a crumpled piece of paper. The joke contract I'd written, promising James a comic book set if he helped me. "Everyone thinks James is some hot new transfer," Sofia sneered. "But he's just her nerd best friend. Olivia literally hired him to come tonight because she's too pathetic to find a real date." The room went silent. I felt my face burning as everyone started whispering. I waited for James to run away in embarrassment, but instead, he stepped forward and calmly took the microphone, right out of Sofia's hand. "You're right, Sofia," James said, his voice steady. "I did sign that contract, but I only agreed to it so I could finally get Olivia to look at me. For more than 5 seconds without talking about Henry, he turned to me, his eyes full of something real. The contract was for one night, Olivia, but I'm tearing it up because I'm not acting anymore." He leaned in and the room gasped. Comment reel for the part 3. The entire gym was silent. James had just admitted he wasn't acting anymore, and Sofia looked like she had just swallowed a lemon. She tried to grab the mic back, but James held it just out of her reach. "And one more thing, Henry," James said, looking my ex dead in the eye. "You lost that $50 bet the second you let a girl like Olivia go. But thanks for the money. I'm using it to take her on a real date tomorrow." The crowd erupted. People were cheering, and Sofia was stomping off the stage in her designer heels. I stood there, my heart hammering against my ribs. James turned to me, the cool, confident guy from a minute ago, suddenly looking a little nervous. "So," he whispered, "was that okay? Or am I still just the nerd from 3rd grade?" I didn't answer with words. I reached up, grabbed his tie, and pulled him down for a kiss in his right cheeks. Right there in the middle of the dance floor. The flashbulbs from a dozen phones went off at once. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It wasn't about Henry or Sophia. It was just us. It's not done yet. Wait for part 4. It was perfect. But the fairy tale lasted exactly 5 seconds. Just as James pulled away, a massive image flashed onto the giant projector screen behind the DJ booth. It was a screenshot of a group chat titled Operation Fake Date. The whole gym went, "Oh," as they read my own texts to James from 2 days ago. "I just need you to look hot so Henry feels like trash. I'll pay you whatever you want." Sofia was standing by the projector, holding her phone like a weapon. "A real date, James?" Henry shouted, stepping forward with a smug grin. "She didn't choose you because she likes you. She chose you because you were the easiest tool to use for her revenge. You're just a prop to her." I looked at James, my heart sinking. The confidence in his eyes vanished, replaced by that old, familiar hurt from middle school. He looked at the screen, then back at me. "Is that all I am, Olivia? A way to get back at your ex?" I tried to speak, to tell him that those texts were from before I realized the truth, but Henry stepped between us. Face it, James, you're the nerd, and she's the girl who uses people. Go back to your comic books. James didn't say a word. He just handed me the rose he'd been holding all night, turned around, and walked out of the gym into the rain. Comment, stay for the finale. I stood in the middle of the gym, holding the rose James gave me, while Henry and Sofia laughed in my face. Don't cry, Olivia, Sofia sneered. At least you still have your pride, right? I looked at the group chat on the screen. Then, at Henry, you're wrong, I said, my voice finally steady. James isn't a prop. He's the only real thing in this entire room. And the only tool here, Henry, is you. I didn't wait for a reaction. I turned and sprinted out of the gym, my heels clicking on the pavement until I kicked them off. The rain was pouring, soaking my dress, but I didn't care. I saw James at the edge of the parking lot, his head down, walking toward his car. James, wait, I screamed. He stopped but didn't turn around. I ran up to him, shivering. Those texts were from the girl I used to be, the one who cared what Henry thought. But the girl standing here right now, she doesn't care about the bet. She only cares about you. James finally looked at me, the rain dripping off his hair. He didn't say anything. He just pulled me into a hug that felt like coming home. Contract's officially over, Olivia, he whispered. Be my girlfriend. The end. Thank you for watching the full saga.